Let's go, Broncos. I've got some news today that almost knocked me off my chair. Don't worry though, I'll take it slow because I know many of you on this channel have been Broncos fans for decades. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button if you've been rooting for the Broncos for over 21 years. It's awesome to see all of you here. Now, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's been your best year as a Broncos fan? For me, just thinking about the Super Bowl brings back so many great memories. I miss those days. But enough of the past, let's talk about the future. Sean Payton is hard at work, and he's bringing fresh hope for a brighter future for us all. You think beating the Chiefs 38-0 was a big deal? Just wait until you hear what could be in store for the Broncos. Imagine this: Cooper Kupp, a Triple Crown winner, and the favorite to join us here in Denver. That's right, folks. The Rams are on the move, and Kupp might be trading in his colors for our orange and blue next season. Now, let me take you back a few years. In 2021, Kupp wasn't just a top-tier receiver, he was the guy. He dominated the NFL, winning the receiving Triple Crown with the most catches, yards, and touchdowns in the league. That kind of performance can completely change an offense. And now, the Los Angeles Rams are making it clear. They're looking to trade Kupp, and Denver might be where he lands. The Broncos have always had a solid connection with the Rams. Remember Von Miller? We sent him to Los Angeles, and he played a key role in helping them win the Super Bowl. That history means something, and it's definitely worth considering. Right now, the odds are stacked in Denver's favor to sign Cooper Kupp. Some might worry about Kupp's injury history, but there's a strong case to be made. Under Sean Payton, the Broncos have been the best in the NFL at keeping players healthy. If any team can make the most of Kupp's talent while helping him stay on the field longer, it's Denver. Now picture this: Bo Nix, the most accurate quarterback in this year's draft class, throwing perfect passes to Cooper Kupp in the slot. Alongside him, you've got Marvin Mims, who can stretch the field with his speed, Courtland Sutton, a big-bodied deep threat, and Troy Franklin, a young talent ready to break out. Suddenly, an offense that had a lot of questions looks downright dangerous. Kupp's route running is top-notch. His ability to shake defenders and create space is unparalleled. He wouldn't just be a safety net for a young QB, he'd be a game changer, capable of transforming Denver's passing game. And here's where it gets interesting. The Broncos have an extra third-round pick thanks to the trade of Baron Browning. If contract negotiations go in their favor, Denver might not have to give up a major draft asset to bring Coop into the fold. If the Rams agree to cover part of Cooper Kupp's salary, Denver could be looking at a true bargain. This is the kind of move that could fast-track a rebuild and give the Broncos an instant offensive identity. But that's not all we have to be excited about. If you've been keeping up with the media coverage before the Super Bowl, you've probably noticed that the Kansas City Chiefs have been praising Bo Nix. Chris Jones, Steve Spagnuolo, and even Patrick Mahomes have all spoken highly of Denver's new quarterback, complimenting his composure, decision-making, and dual-threat ability. This isn't just some fluff, it's genuine respect coming from a division rival that's dominated the AFC West for years. And then there's the bold comparison from NFL insiders. Mike Florio, one of the most connected voices in football, recently appeared on the DMVR podcast and made a huge claim. He said Bo Nix is a more athletic version of Drew Brees. Let that sink in for a second. Broncos fans have been dreaming of even a small piece of what Brees accomplished under Sean Payton. Now, analysts are saying that Nix might be a better fit for the system. That's a game changer. Such a statement raises expectations and sets a higher bar. If Sean Payton really has found his quarterback, the Broncos aren't just building for the future. They're preparing to compete now. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Denver has been losing some key staff members lately, with other teams poaching coaches and scouts, including a scout who recently joined the Raiders. But here's the silver lining. When other organizations are targeting your team, it's a sign you're doing something right. Just 2 years ago, nobody wanted anything to do with the Broncos. Now other teams are trying to replicate what Sean Payton is building here. That's real progress. So let's sum it all up. The potential trade for Cooper Kupp, a medical staff that's the best in the business to keep him in top form, a young quarterback who's earning respect from Chiefs veterans and NFL insiders, and a coaching staff that's turning heads across the league. This is no longer the same team that struggled to win 5 games under Nathaniel Hackett. This is a franchise on the rise. Now I want to hear from you. If Cooper Kupp ends up in Denver, How would you feel? Does this make the Broncos an instant offensive powerhouse? And what's your take on Bo Nix being compared to Drew Brees? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's dig even deeper. Broncos country. If Denver manages to pull off this trade and bring Kupp on board, what does it really mean for this offense? It's one thing to say, we've got a great receiver, but it's another to understand just how much this could shift the dynamic of Sean Payton's system. First off, Cooper Kupp is not your typical slot receiver. He's a true technician. He has an incredible ability to change how defenses space themselves on the field. His skill in reading coverages and adjusting mid-route is something every quarterback dreams of. For a young quarterback like Bo Nix, having a receiver like Kupp as a security blanket can make all the difference. We've all seen rookie QBs struggle with decision-making under pressure, but throw in a reliable, smart receiver who knows how to create separation, and that pressure is suddenly halved. Think about what Kupp did for Matthew Stafford in Los Angeles. He helped turn a good quarterback into a Super Bowl champion practically overnight. Stafford leaned on Kupp in clutch moments, and Kupp came through time after time. Now picture him in Denver, where Sean Payton's offense is all about quick reads, accurate passing, and maximizing yards after the catch. It's a perfect fit. And let's take a moment to talk about Bo Nix. If you've been following the media around the Super Bowl, it's clear that people around the league are really high on him. Chris Jones, one of the top defensive players in the NFL, said it best when he told the media, "Y'all got one of them ones." That praise isn't just empty chatter. It's coming from someone who has spent years wreaking havoc on quarterbacks and knows exactly what it looks like when a team finds a franchise player. It's hard to believe that just a few months ago, so many analysts were questioning whether Bo Nix even deserved a spot in the first round. Fast forward to now, and you've got Patrick Mahomes, Steve Spagnuolo, and NFL insiders all openly saying Denver made the right choice. You don't hear that kind of talk about Caleb Williams or Drake May, but you're hearing it about Nix, and that should tell you a lot. This is exactly what Sean Payton wanted. He didn't just want a quarterback with raw talent. He wanted a leader, someone who could step in immediately and run the offense efficiently. And based on what we're hearing, Nix is that guy. If he really is a more athletic version of Drew Brees like Mike Florio suggested, then the Broncos aren't just rebuilding, they're reloading. But let's take a step back. What if the Broncos don't land Cooper Kupp? Sure, it would be disappointing, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. Denver still has some exciting pieces on offense. Marvin Mims showed potential as a real deep threat. Cortland Sutton, even with some ups and downs, is still a big, reliable receiver who can make plays in the red zone. Troy Franklin could develop into something special. And let's not forget about the running game. Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin form a dynamic 1-2 punch that will take a lot of pressure off Bo Nix early on. But adding Cooper Kupp, that's a game changer. It speeds up the process. What could have been an offense that needed a year or two to find its rhythm now becomes an immediate threat. That's why this news is so exciting. It's not just about landing one player, it's about the bigger picture. It shows that the Broncos are being aggressive. They're going all in to support their young quarterback. They're not content to sit back and wait to see what happens. That's what great organizations do. They make bold moves to position themselves to win. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like Denver is doing just that. Now, it's your turn. What do you think? If the Broncos land Cooper Kupp, how does that change your expectations for this team? Does it make them a playoff contender right away? And what's your take on Bo Nix after hearing all this praise from NFL veterans? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. If Kupp really comes to Denver, the Broncos offense could look completely different. With his ability to create separation and Bo Nix's precision passing, this duo could quickly turn the franchise around. The confidence that NFL veterans have in Nix only strengthens the belief that Denver may have found its future quarterback. Now it's all about closing the deal. What do you think, Broncos country? Would Kupp be the final piece for an explosive offense? Let me know in the comments. Broncos country, let's ride.